Indiana Disability History Project, Indiana Institute on Disability and Community, Indiana University.
Protecting Family During a Pandemic. Marty Stone.
My family has basically went into seclusion. Both me and my husband have high-risk conditions, and my son does too. We stayed home most of last year, and it's been rough. It's been hard on my daughter because she's had to take precautions, even though she's not high risk. My son was getting behavioral therapy, recreational therapy, and music therapy from the Medicaid waiver, and we have made all those services virtual. So he was able to go on to Zoom and do his therapies that way. He kind of enjoyed it. I kind of sent out a letter to the therapists, and I said if they are not vaccinated or they do not wish to share their vaccine status, that I want them to wear a mask. You know, I can control who comes into my house. And if they're not feeling well or I'm not sure they're vaccinated, I will have them wear a mask and I will not let them enter if they're sick. And it's nothing personal, it's just what I have to do to protect my family. In spring of 2020, his school system sent everyone home. And then parts of the 2020 and 2021 school year, they had some in-person classes for those with special needs. And then they had some in-person classes for everyone. We chose to remain virtual the entire time because my son at that point was not able to get vaccinated. He did pretty good. I had to be with him all of the time. I couldn't leave him in his room to stay on the virtual appointments in school. I had to monitor him and make sure he stayed on. But he paid pretty good attention. He seemed to do fine academically. His grades were not affected, and his test scores and his learning were not affected. We were very lucky. We would go out about once a month as a family. We would take a drive. We would go through a drive-through, and we would just get out of the house. You know, one trip we went to go see windmills. Another trip we went to go see a tree stump and a stuffed cow. So we tried to keep things interesting and get them out of the house from time to time. Once the library opened back up, we were doing pickup. They had pickup for books, and we did that. And then we have a Kindle. So we were able to get books from the library through the Kindle. And we would get, sometimes we get like a brownie mix and have dessert at home. So it's kind of like a celebration at home. There are a lot of families that have been isolated. We were lucky that there's the four of us in our family. So, you know, my son's not all alone. He's got somebody to keep him company. But there are other adults who live on their own that have been isolated. And, you know, when everything shut down. So it's kind of hard because it's, you know, it's public safety versus needs of the people. And it's kind of hard to weigh both of them at the same time when everything's important.
Music, Redwood Trail.
Produced by Indiana Institute on Disability and Community, Center for Health Equity. Funded by the Indiana Governor's Council for People with Disabilities. Copyright 2021, the Trustees of Indiana University.